Nobody expected her to say anything. Yandy spoke, but he also picked a side. In the process, she blew the lid off everything. The entire reality TV industry was taken aback when Yandy publicly supported Kendra and denounced Rasheeda. She didn't hold back either. No in her post, not in the comments, not in the course of the interviews. What had she revealed has thrown the entire cast in chaos, and Rasheeda is totally taken off guard. Sources claim that Rasheeda and Yandy's feud has been smoldering for years and has included off-camera taunts, covert jealousy, and backroom power struggles. But now, everything is visible. Because Yandy is accusing Rasheeda of being a manipulator, a gatekeeper, and a liar. What, in Kendra's opinion, did Rasheeda do to her? It's so trivial. It's personal. It's depressing. Rasheeda isn't contesting it, which is the twist. She is threatening legal action. Furthermore, according to a startling new disclosure, she possesses her own receipts. What did Yandy see behind the scenes that made her publicly turn on Rasheeda is the subject at hand. And why is it that everyone says Kendra was not involved in this? A betrayal is just getting started. And someone will lose it. The people thought it was just another cast shuffle. Yandy Smith, a media magnate, businesswoman, and longtime reality TV power player, had formally joined the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast after years of ruling the New York scene. Supporters thought it was just a planned crossing. It's a way of bringing in new life and a new plot. But behind the scenes, war was only a matter of time, because long before the cameras began, viewers were not aware that Rasheeda and Yandy's relationship was over. According to people close to both ladies, the two had not spoken to each other for almost 2 years, despite sharing comparable business partners, cast connections, and brand endorsements. And why? Power. Rasheeda has long been the franchise's queen bee, revered, feared, and protected. On screen and off, she built a huge empire. But Yandy, she was not only going into the show, but she was going into Rasheeda's territory. It did not sit well. With Rasheeda, Either. Production insiders said that disputes immediately surfaced during contract negotiations. Allegedly, Rasheeda insisted on having creative control over the stories in which she appeared. After acquiring influence in New York, at the producer level, Yandy refused to back down. She demanded full access and was given it. Immediately, their energies clashed. When did they begin filming? That tension gave way to silence. The two remained separate on set. During group photo shoots, there was no screen time shared. When they did appear in the same picture, the producers claim it was icy. Rasheeda was never on time. Yandy would interrupt the scenes. The confessions that couldn't legally air were changed to remove insulting remarks. But what about the real drama? Took place off camera. An alarming leaked message claims that Rasheeda warned cast members not to feed into Yandy's hero complex, and accused Yandy of only supporting people when it benefits her optics in a private group chat. Even though the message was never intended for general distribution, it somehow got out. Yandy also took a slap. Then she started to observe, and she saw Kendra, broken, cornered, and unraveling in the middle of a very public takedown. Her police record against Rasheeda was recently revealed. Her reputation was being tarnished. She was losing endorsements, friends, and fans by the day. While Rasheeda remained silent, her followers made sure Kendra stayed by herself. The producers allegedly quietly phased out Kendra's lone confessionals. She spent less time on screens. Promotional photo shoots are no longer happening. She was buried with her plot. Furthermore, according to a crew member who asked not to be named, Rasheeda made it clear that she wanted Kendra off the show. That's when Yandy took control. Insiders say the first step was a phone call. Yandy reached out to Kendra privately. No cameras, not a producer, just two women talking. Furthermore, according to insiders, Yandy's opinion of Rasheeda was totally ruined by what Kendra said in that conversation. Fake screen captures, complaints that went unheard, PR plans, removed the video. Not only was Kendra fighting a rivalry, she was also being purposefully undercut. And for Yandy, whose company is founded on empowerment and advocacy, it was the last straw at that moment. She made up her mind she wasn't content to just stand behind Kendra. She would defend her. Unexpectedly, Yandy began going to scenes with Kendra. She began openly commenting on Kendra's posts. "We see you, keep standing, and truth always wins." She also invited her to charity events and covered her live feeds. But what was the pivotal moment? The panel conversation. It was an apolitical invitation from a luxury brand that was associated with both Rasheeda and Yandy to take part in a panel discussion on women in entertainment. Not a show. Just branding. Yandy, however, paused and brought up Rasheeda's name when asked about toxic relationships among women in business. It was quiet in the room. "It's dangerous when powerful women abuse their platforms," Yandy said, "especially when they keep other women buried to keep power. That isn't leadership. That's manipulation." A lot of people shared the video. Within a few hours, it was everywhere. Don't ignore the one black square that Rasheeda unexpectedly posted with the words "disappointed." No explanation. But damage had already been done. Yandy had already decided. Not only in private, but also in public, and now it is being monitored by the company. The supporters are torn, and Rasheeda, she will strike back because in her society, betrayal is not accepted. The moment Yandy scribbled Rasheeda's name on that panel, the line was crossed and there was no turning back. The video was reposted, analyzed, slowed down, and included soundbite excerpts on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. It captivated the fans. The ovation in the room had been polite. But what about online? Yandy came with a sword, one user posted on Twitter. She said, "Rasheeda's reign ends today." It erupted. Keeping quiet did not help Rasheeda's case. She didn't make any posts. No justification. Don't dispute it. On a black background, the word "disappointed" is the only one written in white. However, by the next morning, everything had blown up. After Yandy's panel discussion, Rasheeda and a producer texted each other, according to a well-known celebrity. Blogger, the sentences were cold, calculating. "Take video from S9. She wants war. According to one message, we'll give her one." Everything. The message that followed was much more ominous. "Make her look like the snake she is." Within an hour, #RASHEEDA exposed began trending, with viewers accusing her of manipulating the show's cut, using producers as weapons, and attempting to dictate who made it onto the cast and who didn't. But it didn't stop there. Later that evening, Yandy posted an unfiltered, unglammed video to her Instagram story, showing her alone herself in her car. Her eyes raw, her voice shaking. "I now understand why she said I was too messy, too vocal, and didn't fit Atlanta energy. I saw a lot, so she didn't want me around. I spoke with Kendra. I learned about Rasheeda's behavior. To me, this isn't a game," she said. "This woman tried to have me removed from the season." In the video, Yandy goes on to say that cast members had told her to be cautious around Rasheeda, who had powerful supporters, and that whole plots had been altered to protect her. Then she disclosed the startling details. She threatened producers that if I continued filming with Kendra, she would leave the show. The internet exploded. Survivor Atlanta, not Love and Hip Hop. Rasheeda has been acting like a villain on Netflix. Yandy is exposing herself like a piece of laundry. The fan base split into opposing factions overnight, with some fiercely supporting Rasheeda and accusing Yandy of trying to gain power, fabricating information, and using Kendra's suffering for publicity, while others applauded Yandy for finally breaking the silence culture that surrounded Rasheeda's secret authority. Then came the first fight. The producers made them sit at the same table as they resumed filming for the season's final group event, a charity fashion extravaganza hosted by a high-end sponsor who had connections to both Rasheeda and Yandy. Kendra arrived first. followed by Yandy a few seconds later, while Rasheeda came last, surrounded by Carly Red and Erica Dixon. As soon as she sat down, the tension became unbearable. Several phones recorded what happened next. According to several witnesses, Rasheeda moved down and whispered something directly into Yandy's ear, causing her to back off, stop smiling, and rapidly get up before saying, loudly enough for many tables to hear, "I challenge you." Say it again. The cameras rolled, the producers rushed in, and Rasheeda, unconcerned, simply folded her napkin and said, "Your microphone is still on." Just remember that dot. The video of Yandy storming off with tears in her eyes and clearly shaken went viral within minutes, and fans debated what Rasheeda could have said to shake her so badly. Some believed it was a personal threat, while others believed it had to do with Yandy's husband. DC's dot. Then the twist appeared. A voicemail was released. But it wasn't from Rasheeda or Yandy this time. From Kendra, a buddy got a message a few days prior to the gala that revealed a truth that nobody was prepared for. Yandy's doing all this, but she doesn't know the full story. Kendra responds in a low voice, "I never told her about something. I didn't tell anyone." Rasheeda wasn't alone that day. The fans immediately went bananas. Was there anybody else? What had Kendra concealed? And why didn't she tell Yandy, who was the only one publicly endorsing her? Theories started to flow in. Was it Jock? A maker? Another member of the cast? Some speculated that Yandy was being set up and that Kendra was letting him enter the conflict with only half the truth. At that point, the screen capture ceased. One of the cast assistants shared a screen grab of a producer group conversation regarding cutting Yandy's final scenes to balance Rasheeda's arc. "This season, we're leaning on Rasheeda's redemption," wrote one message. "The narrative of Yandy is highly confrontational. Her scenes from the charity event should be pulled. Take note of her collapse at the gala. Makes her seem sentimental." The supporters were incensed. They termed it character assassination, said that the program had deceived the audience, demanded justice. Meanwhile, Rasheeda posted a video polished and illuminated by a studio. Flawless cosmetics. Speak what you all want. I built my reputation without stepping on anyone. I won't let anyone alter my legacy to look brave. It's unacceptable. To make fun of me and call it advocacy? You have no right to criticize me for helping someone I don't even know. And if you think I'm afraid of receipts, then I am the receipt. Baby, the comments were turned off. In spite of this, fans kept republishing the video with altered comments, memes, and breakdowns. Some called her iconic, while others called her delusional. And in the middle of it all, Kendra, keep quiet. Observing, what is the opinion of one insider? I'm sorry for everything. Because this isn't simply another post. What will Rasheeda do next? It's a sit-down interview. She also says she will expose names during the interview. Screenshots.dates.voicemails.Yandy won't be able to hide the truth. Either the internet was still recovering from the effects of the gala explosion when Rasheeda made his comeback. This time in a rage, a long face-to-face interview. The high-definition film was expertly backlit. And the interviewer sitting next to her made it seem more like primetime news than reality TV disaster. Rasheeda didn't flinch. And she looked directly into the camera as she said the words that changed everything. Yandy doesn't care about Kendra. She is interested in exposure. Keep quiet. The presenter, clearly caught off guard, asked her to clarify. She saw an opportunity to be the hero in order to reclaim the spotlight. Rasheeda said with a composed, tight-lipped smile. And she agreed to it. What she didn't ask, though, she didn't verify the information. When she ran, she just wore whatever, made her look lovely. Then the twist came. Rasheeda pulled out a folder. Voicemails included screenshots printed within them. Call logs. And one piece of paper with Kendra's name on it. Rasheeda replied she didn't tell Yandy about this because Yandy would have retreated if she had. The camera panned in. It was a settlement offer. The day was scheduled weeks before. Kendra filed the police report. Written by a mutual legal counsel and allegedly provided to Rasheeda. In exchange for Kendra's public denial of any wrongdoing, the crowd gasped. The number of comments was exploding. She tried to get PID before. Going public. Was safety or leverage at risk in this situation? Yandy has been supporting a setup artist, right? But Rasheeda was far from done. She played a voicemail for the first time, a genuine voicemail from Kendra. In it, Kendra sounded anxious and agitated, but not scared. You know, I didn't want this to become this bad, but I have to win. I can't lose everything right now. If you will simply talk to them on my behalf, maybe we can keep this a secret. That sentence is, I have to win. There were disruptions to the internet. Fans turned against Kendra in real time. You just let yourself be seen. Yandy's credibility is completely gone. She never suffered harm. But Yandy struck back. She went live again. Not glamorous. No filter. This time, I'm furious. You want to drag my name to save yours? Okay, let's talk about what you didn't prove. A screenshot of a message Rasheeda had written to a producer earlier that year was shown by her. According to reports, Rasheeda wrote the following in it: keep the mess in the changing room to a minimum. If it makes Kendra look scared, it might go viral. Let's spin it. That was the turning point. Fans started to ask, did they play the game together? Was Kendra trying to manipulate Yandy? Was Rasheeda playing the edit before anything happened? It was a more complicated drama. Yandy presented another message. A former cast member who had quietly left the show 2 years earlier gave it to her, controlling airtime. The note stated, she's been doing this forever, shoving people away. She has previously tried to remove people, including you. The reactions from celebrities came next. In that franchise, Rasheeda continues to play God. Moni Slaughter wrote on Twitter, I'm relieved that it's finally collapsing. Amina Butterfly posted the voicemail clip with a comment. Manipulation 101. No victim speaks like that, Tammy. Rivera said, this whole mess just shows how fake these friendships really are, without bias. Meanwhile, fans found old footage snippets from season 8, where Kendra defended Rasheeda from critics. Footage where she praised her business sense, supported her union, admired her. The tone changed. Rasheeda was fantastic in her opinion. There was a major issue. Less pushed to the brink. People do not flip. The plot, however, changed again. Jock posted something, a simple claim. You're going to hear the entire story though, and no one has been saying that. I haven't said anything. Affixed. A sneak peek. Fans immediately assumed that the man was a network official after seeing a fuzzy photo of a woman. Believed to be Rasheeda speaking to a man in what looked to be a private conference room. The caption aisle, be there soon. The unadulterated reality people went crazy. Will Jock soon make Rasheeda public? Did he know what had really happened in that dressing room? Moreover, why is he inserting himself now? But while everyone was watching Jock's teaser, another person was about to speak, Kendra. Then she posted a countdown. 2 hours. Only one video. Every truth, and beneath it, the blurry image of what looked like footage from a security camera. The internet became popular. Reddit articles, YouTube theories, and even AI analysis of the background noise in Rasheeda's voicemail were all over the timelines, according to one tweet. This is becoming surviving Rasheeda. This is a case of reality warfare. Love and hip-hop aren't even important anymore. There was then one last leak, a stylist who worked on both. Kendra and Rasheeda's photo shoots allegedly sent the following direct message. Are you trying to find the truth? Both of them are dirty, but one of them is lethal, no name, no proof, just fire, just fire. More questions than ever before are being asked by fans. Was Kendra setting Rasheeda up? Did Rasheeda delete the video to protect herself or someone else? And is Yandy really the hero here? Or is she just a pawn in a dirty, more complicated game? For once the 72-hour countdown is finished, what happens if Kendra relinquishes what she claims to have? Not just the internet will be impacted. People will lose their careers the moment Kendra released her 72-hour countdown. The internet went from crazed to apocalyptic. Nobody grasped what was about to happen, but everyone knew it was going to be terrible, terrible, terrible. A second later, comments started flooding in. Anger, panic, and conjecture. Twitter turned into a combat zone. Reddit threads were locked due to excessive traffic. As rumors continued to circulate, TikTok became live.hash. Kendra Countdown was the most popular hashtag for 2 consecutive days. But there were other factors at play here besides expectation. This was a radical shift. Team Kendra, Team Rasheeda, and the more vocal Team Yandy were among the violent factions that had split the fan base and wanted accountability, justice, and receipts from everyone. Then the media started to take notice. The Shade Room published a Who Do You Believe survey. Over 2.4 million votes were cast. Kendra received 63% of the vote. Hollywood Unlocked's title read, Yandy versus Rasheeda, has reality TV's most untouchable queen finally fallen. People magazine describes the incident as one of the most explosive real-life breakdowns of a reality TV empire ever caught in real time. But the real tipping point was the coverage by The Breakfast Club. Charlemagne wasn't holding back. Rasheeda has been overprotected. People are scared to say what is obvious since she controls that set like a mob leader. Even though Kendra isn't blameless, this whole thing is obviously a cover dash. Angela Yee, who now has her own platform, posted a solo episode called Yandy Said What Needed to Be Said. Yandy's stock then unexpectedly took off. She gained nearly 500,000 followers in a single day. One of her podcast episodes, They Tried to Silence Me, reached at number 2 on Apple Podcasts. She was now being praised as brave, transparent, and a reality TV whistleblower moment, following the reappearance of her original livestream footage. But not everyone was throwing a celebration. Rasheeda's retail brand lost 2 major sponsors overnight. The page was deleted when a luxury accessories company quietly terminated their collaboration. A skincare company removed her out of their most recent promotional video and replaced her images with Roll, promoting generic products. In contrast, Kendra was courted by 2 women's empowerment organizations, who wrote open letters of support urging her to release the footage, clear the air, and stand for the truth. Her voicemail was still regarded suspiciously, though. For a few of fans, the disturbing declaration, "I have to win," was unacceptable. She said as much. According to one post, "Can't take it back." One user commented she was playing chess while pretending to cry. Even if Rasheeda is guilty, Kendra is dangerous because of her strategy. It was a clear split. But what did no one expect? Mona Scott Young, executive producer of Love and Hip Hop, finally got her voice heard. In a rare Instagram Live appearance, Mona spoke about the subject without naming anyone. However, her message was clear. Sometimes the performers forget they are filming even when they think the cameras are off. Some cases are never aired for legal reasons, for one's personal security, for safety. That doesn't mean they didn't happen to end the live stream. She said something enigmatic. When silence ends, you're going to see what true harm looks like. Supporters saw such as evidence of the authenticity of the secret footage. A boom of theoretical activity occurs. Some said that Kendra and Mona planned to use a 72-hour countdown to damage Rasheeda's reputation. According to some theories, Kendra's tape contained details on Rasheeda's interactions with other cast members in addition to Rasheeda, according to a TikTok hypothesis that garnered 2.1 million likes. Rasheeda allegedly confronted a producer in the video and threatened to leave the franchise with Kirk unless Kendra's plotline was cut. That theory was never confirmed. But what was confirmed? A cease and desist order was issued against Yandy by Rasheeda. According to leaked court documents, Rasheeda's attorneys were trying to prevent Yandy from using any private or unaired footage that she might have access to. Scared, was all Yandy wrote, when she reposted the cease and desist on her store. Why? The internet took off. Is Rasheeda trying to hide the truth now? Rasheeda is done if Yandy has any footage. Kendra has not filed a lawsuit. She is currently traveling to Yandy. It tells it all. In the meantime, Jock remained eerily silent, which led to conjecture that he was either preparing his own expose or arranging a quiet escape. Before all was revealed to the public, Carly read, then abruptly posted a blurry screen grab from what looked to be a group Zoom call with two women who were not recognized, Yandy, Kendra, and Mona. The caption, twist in the plot. It was all someone needed to spiral. Now fans were thinking about more than simply the video. They expected an epiphany that transformed the franchise. Drama was over, an empire came to an end. Media outlets, sponsors, and television producers are all waiting. Additionally, they all know the same thing. At what point does Kendra's countdown reach zero? One's career is over. The countdown came to a complete stop. Millions had been waiting with their phones, their timelines open, their screens updated. And as the clock struck midnight, Kendra delivered. She didn't post it on Instagram. She didn't upload it to YouTube. She sent it to a private link, which is a video that is unlisted, protected, and exclusively accessible through a single tweet. It is described in 3 words. This is it. Within minutes, the server nearly crashed. The video starts off quietly. CCTV footage, time-stamped, dressing room, a wide angle. Near the mirror, Kendra stands, Rasheeda enters. No sound, only movement. At first glance, it seems calm, normal. Rasheeda then advances a step. Kendra stiffens. Bravo to Rasheeda. Leans. Kendra pulls back. Then the unthinkable happened. Rasheeda grabs Kendra by the wrist. Kendra pulls away. This time, Rasheeda snatches more forcefully. Kendra doesn't want to. She raises her voice, although it's silent. But it's obvious that she's terrified. The microphone is then taken from Kendra's waist by Rasheeda. She pulls it. Kendra stumbles. The screen goes black as Rasheeda advances. One more step. The video comes to an end. Cut short. No repercussions. No history. Simply quit abruptly when things start to go wrong. But that was enough. Enough to confirm that there was a physical altercation, as Yandy said. Rasheeda reached for the microphone. Enough to confirm that's sufficient to demonstrate that Kendra was being honest about the violence. The internet exploded. Isn't it intimidating that she pulled her microphone? Everything is changed by this. That cut from black to black was intentional. Even now, there is someone who does not want us to see what happened in just 1 hour. Love and Hip Hop's ratings soared. The video was posted by TMZ, Baller Alert, The Shade Room. And even major news websites like CNN's entertainment department, Yandy, reposted it with just one caption: "Believe in women." In spite of the inconvenience, Rasheeda, on social media, she posted a picture of herself at church. No caption, post a comment. But there was no mistaking the silence. The final twist then emerged: a leak from a Love and Hip Hop producer's assistant. A showrunner's email exchange that was posted on Reddit regarding episode 11, final cut text body. After the microphone grab, cut the video. Legal warned against broadcasting the whole split. Consequently, we are unable to do so. Encourage a reconnection in Rasheeda's redemption journey. Diminish Yandy's angles. Leave out Kendra's win tone. The fans were shocked. The show had made an effort to eliminate everything, and now, in real time, it is collapsing. But the final blow wasn't delivered by emails, video, or legal action in Rasheeda's own camp. It began an unnamed fashion designer who was exhausted and ready to burn down the house. Days after the confrontation, Rasheeda allegedly left a voicemail, which was posted. "Do you think I could be interested? She tried me, made sure it would never be televised. And now she's begging for help. Please, let her sink." That clip cracked the final piece. Even Rasheeda's followers remain silent in the backdrop. Manufacturing has also gone into total lockdown. Some of the actors have not spoken out. Numerous cesandeses are in place. Recording a reunion. Delays indefinitely, but the truth has come out. And now, Yandy is valiant. It turns out that Kendra was correct. Rasheeda is going down, but before the screen disappears, another post appears. A teaser for a trailer. Caption: "You have only seen one camera angle. I have the other one." And in that manner, the story continues. You saw it. You witnessed the unadulterated, undisputed, impartial truth. Kendra's video confirmed everyone's suspicions. There was something real that happened behind that dressing. Room door, Rasheeda overreacted. The show tried to conceal it. Yandy too. She got up when no one else would. But we have only just begun to investigate. But why did the video go black? Who took the others out? For what reason does Jock have an extra angle? The story is only becoming more intense. It is not yet complete. We'll give it to you now. Do you believe Rasheeda's silence is an expression of guilt or a ploy? Is Kendra the victim, or was she acting maliciously? What else is Jock going to disclose? Kindly leave a comment with your ideas. Give up your predictions, answers, and hypotheses. Don't wait. The most well-liked comments will be highlighted in our next study. If this made you unable to speak, click the like button. If you want to be the first to know when the next video leak happens, subscribe and turn on all notifications. We're not done yet, we assure you. Is this the final twist in your opinion? Think again, because someone else was in that room. When is their side going to be exposed? It will damage more than just people's reputations. The entire franchise will blow up as a result. Watch out because of the real truth. Not even dropped as of yet.